She's had numerous occupations, and I'll list a few of them. She started out of high school. She worked at a canning factory. She was a farm wife. They let her plow and do everything except they wouldn't let her plow. They let her disc corn stalks, but wouldn't let her plow. She sewed for hire. She just told me she did 2 plows. She worked at a chicken hatchery. She was a cook at restaurants. She was a janitor. And she holds one of the unique distinctions of working at crane and having a 500-pound bomb drop on her foot.
Yep.
She never missed a day's work, but in 2 days, 3 days later with a cast on. She's still not retired. This past week, she's been planting tomatoes, peppers, and cabbage in our greenhouse. One of her favorite pastimes that I can remember, and I'm sure she still does it all the time, she reads. She reads a lot. She used to keep track of how many books she'd read over the lifetime, but she quit doing that several years ago, especially when she went to reading from a Kindle. She got online, and then we got her a Kindle, and she's been reading off a Kindle, and I have a record of at least 200 plus books that she's read just on a Kindle in the last few years. One of her other hobbies that she always enjoyed, and we used to enjoy, was that she wrote poetry. And she's compiled a book of her poems, or we have, or somebody did, that has a bunch of poetry, and a lot of it's life-based. About things that happened to her, things that are going to happen to her, things that she hoped didn't happen to her. A lot of different things. A lot of them are humorous. Some of them are kind of tear-jerkers. But now I'll give you some examples of them. She's going to have three of her progeny, grandsons, great-grandsons, I think, grandchildren, daughters. I'm not sure who all's going to do this. We're going to start out with one.
I'm Sierra. I'm a great-granddaughter. This one's entitled A Mother's Ball Game. If you will listen, then you will see why all ball games are hard on me. I hurry just to get there, stand in long line to pay my fare. I find a seat the best I can. I paid to sit, and then they stand down in front. Hey there, you. I paid to see this ball game too. The team appears in bright array. I sit back and watch them play. So calm and quiet, relaxed indeed. Then the ball game picks up the speed. The whistle blows. What? Wrong call. The other team touched that ball. Crooked referees, it's plain to see. I wish that whistle belonged to me. Don't take him out. The coach is nuts. Oh my. A coaching job I'd like to try. I'm jumping up. I'm making noise. I'm giving advice to all the boys. My hands are red. My throat is dry. We won that game, so now I cry. I'm worn and weary, as you can see, but we won that game. The boys and me. She wrote that in February 11th, 1966.
Next. That would be cool.
I can say the only thing scarier than Bobby being in the front of the church and talking is for him to give me a microphone. I am going to read a poem that Nana wrote when she was just in her youth in 1981. And it's called It's Gone. When I was young and in my prime, I could draw a picture or write a rhyme. When I was too busy and had no time to sit down and think or to write a good rhyme, they came so easy without even trying. Some were good, even worth buying. Now that I have hours with nothing to do, my mind is blank and my paper is too. I try and I try, but nothing is there. No poems, no pictures, no, nothing to share. I guess with my youth, my talent has fled. My pictures all drawn, my thoughts all been said. I'm worn out from trying, I have a pain in my head. So down goes my pen, I'm off to my bed. Greater artists than I will pass the way, with new scenes to draw and bright things to say. If I can but bring, while I am here, the smallest of these, one smile or one tear. Happy 'twill make me to know that just one enjoyed what small talents and the work I've done. For time is not counted by years alone, but happiness given to others before we are gone. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we got one more victim coming up. He's my oldest grandson. That would make him your what? Friend?
Come on, Bobby.
I'm Brandon. This poem is called Help. It was written in 1990. I'm like an old car, ready for the heat. My lights are both dim, and my horn won't beat. My tires are all flat, and I'm starting to rust. My seats become saggy, and my radiator's gone bust. The Wrightus brothers, not one, but all three, Arthur, Nur, and Burrs, have made a wreck out of me. I'm all out of gas, and my battery is low. My heater doesn't work, and my starter won't go. I'm in a bad shape, as you can see, so please call the doc, get replacements for me.
Thank you, kids. A real important part of Mother's life has always been her church and her church family. She is, ever since I was this little one, she used to have to rouse me out of bed and get me going every Sunday morning. She's been religious about church. That's a good word. She's read the Bible front to back at least 50 times. More, she says. And she still attends church regularly. Sometimes, because of conditions, health-wise and weather-wise and things, we can't get her out and make it to church, but when we don't go to church, she gets on the computer and gets it online. You know, how many 100-year-old people do you know stay online and still do Facebook? It's pretty amazing. So, with part of that, her real church family, although she's being accepted into our church in Bloomington and she likes going there, she's familiar with the minister, actually helped get him started in the ministry when he was a young, strapping young man. So she remembers him from way back when, he remembers her. But she's asked one of her church family here that she would bless her with one of her songs, her very favorite song of all time. So Rose Rick's going to by Electronic Miracle, is going to give us a rendition of her favorite song along with Joanne, is that correct?
Yes. I have a problem. Would anyone like it? We are honored here at Plain Parkview Christian Church to have Noni. I've been a member here, and we're honored that you are all here today to celebrate her 100th birthday. It's a great pleasure to have her. And I'm going to have the recording that Joanne Shawhan and I made of The King is Coming played for Noni at this time. Our tape deck's broken, and I'm old-fashioned. I have tapes, not CDs. But this is on CDs, so, and by the way, Noni, we made a CD for you to take with you, okay? And so you'll be hearing a song that we recorded in 1976. So, but it's me.
We'll try.
Okay, as long as you try.
No traffic.
It's my favorite song, too. I've sung that no less than 100 times, probably, when Joanne and I were traveling. And now you have to join me, because we're going to sing happy birthday to this lady.
Oh,
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dolly. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much. You can see now why that's Mother's favorite song. That's her favorite song of all time. Looky what we got here.
Hope with candles.
Before I let y'all get away, I want to give a special thanks to Rose, John, the church here for letting us have the event. You better blow those candles out before she gets to
Just
hair.
5.
Thanks to the church here for letting us be here. They've been over backwards to help us get everything put together and all that. And I'd especially like to thank the two Janets. One there, and I can't find my wife, so there she is. Those two are responsible for 99.9% of the planning and the operation, other than the church helping us out. So I got the lucky part. I got to stay with Mother. Keep her out of trouble. I just thought of something. I forgot something. There was one other thing that was real important in Mother's life. If I've heard about it once, I've heard about it 50 times. Nah, more than that. Something that she's very, very proud of, and she didn't get just rewarded for. Does anybody here know that she was a 3-position point guard for the Petersburg Maidens back in? She was born in Ivy, went to school in Petersburg up through her freshman year, and she was one of the 2 freshmen that actually made the varsity team. The varsity team went undefeated that year. Now, to this day, no one knows for sure if she was the high point scorer or she was bench rider, and she's not going to tell me. She said as far as she knew, her picture was in there with the varsity, and no one knows if she was the best, the worst, or whatever. Don't be like that. There's nobody else to deny it. So anyway, when she left Petersburg between her freshman and sophomore years, she moved to Plainville. Plainville obviously had no girls' sports, so she couldn't continue. And Petersburg, at the same time, coincidentally, did away with the girls' basketball program. In the interim of that, the coaches and the athletic people gave all the awards jackets and warm-up jackets to each one of the individual varsity players. They got their jacket as a memento for playing high school sports. Mother moved and she never got her jacket, ever. Some other unworthy person got her jacket. So, this is getting to be a long story here. She's used to that. So in conjunction with the Pike County Historical Society, who are a big aid in this, again, the 2 Janets, and a retro, what would you call it? Retro, whatever you call it, sweater person. We'd like to present you now with a letter sweater. This is right back there all the time.
She's got it. She's got it. She didn't bring a pocket knife. Get in there, Nana. Okay, Nellie. She's so funny.
I wouldn't help her. I think she's doing fine.